Mooney. I'm a guitar teacher. I've been teaching for over 15 years. This here is my guitar website. It's called guitarlessonsforall.com. Today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to tune the guitar, and then we're going to give you the introduction to how to play fingerstyle or finger picking on the guitar. Why finger picking? Because in my opinion, fingerstyle or finger picking is the ultimate style of guitar playing, and I have a lot of inquiries from my students as to how they can be introduced to finger picking. So here we go. We're going to start by tuning the guitar. Now, if you look here at the head of my guitar, I'm using a very basic clip-on tuner. This I recommend because even if you don't have a great ear, then it's child's play. Tuning with a clip-on tuner. The clip-on picks up the vibrations of the strings rather than using a microphone, which will also pick up things you don't want. So this is the best way to do it. Now we start again here with the E string. That's the top string. When it goes green, it's in tune. Next string, the fifth one, is A. It's difficult to see there. I think that's okay. The fourth string is D. Tweak that up a little bit. The third string is G. That's a little sharp, so we'll drop that one. Okay, down a little bit. The second string, and you can see where the tuning pegs relate to the strings. Second string is B. That's a little bit flat, so we tighten it a bit. And the first string is E. This is the tuning peg here. It's also very good to get your ear used to tuning. Now always switch off your tuner when you're finished, otherwise it'll kill the battery. So now to introduce you to finger style or finger picking, I'm going to concentrate completely on the right hand. This is the thumb, and we call this P. This is your index finger, I. This is your middle finger, M. This is your ring finger. It's called A. It means annular, which means ring. So it's P, I, M, A. Okay, got that. Now let's focus here on the strings for a moment. We're going to concentrate our thumb, the P, thumb on the top string of the guitar. That's the E string. We're going to concentrate our fingers on what we call the treble strings of the guitar. That's the first three strings. Now, your index finger, I, always plays, well, for this lesson this is the basic finger pattern. Your index will play the third string, the G, and you pluck upwards like this. So thumb goes down, finger comes up. Your middle finger, M, plucks the middle string, if you like, or the B, plucking upwards. And your ring finger, the A, plucks the first string, the E string. So let's just do that slowly now. Got that? Easy enough. Thumb. So if we name the fingers again, it's P, I, M, A. Work on that for as long as you need to until you can do that without thinking. Next, we're going to bring the fingers back up again. So it's P, I, M, A, M, I. Listen to it. Work on that little exercise for a while, and when you can do that easily without any difficulty, then we'll introduce a chord, and we'll move down here now onto the frets for a moment, and we will pick a simple chord to begin with. See, my tuner is still on here. Turn that off. So we could use E minor, quite an easy chord. To finger pick that, it's quite the same exact pattern. We go or if you want to put on your first finger, you can do an E major chord, very similar. Begin very slowly with this, slowly at first, and then, and only then, should you speed it up gradually. At first I would stick to just one chord, either E minor or E major. Those chords are good because you can use all of the 6 strings, whereas some of your other chords will be confined to maybe 5 strings. So the other chord that is good would be G, but again I wouldn't try changing chords initially. I would just do the, you could, if you're familiar with G, you could play that one instead of E. Same fingering. So it's P, I, M, A, M, I. So if we just move down here to the right hand again, concentrating on the right hand rather than the chord. So that's your basic introduction to finger picking. Just one final tip. How you hold your right hand is important. Your thumb should be sort of straight out like this, in line with the strings as much as possible, and the fingers in a kind of a claw shape, plucking upwards. Do not have the thumb and the finger directly opposite each other. That's not a good habit to get into. So like this. So go practice, and we'll be back to you later. See you later in another video.